name is Jumoke Olowookere. 42 years plus now. I was born in the city of Ibadan. So say one. I went to primary school in Ibadan. Then secondary school Ibadan. Then I entered University of Ibadan. But I stayed almost 4 years before I got into University of Ibadan. Why? I did my first WAEC and I passed only English and Yoruba. Why? I was in science class. I wasn't supposed to be in science class. When we were in secondary school, nobody gives you an option to ask you where do you want to go. They check your result and they put you in the class. So once you're an A student, automatically you go to science. You are a B student, they put you in commercial. Then you are a D or C, they put you in art. That was my experience. So I was put in science class because I was an A student. But I was struggling. I could have or I would have managed, but my teachers were not good for me. So many things, so many times, I don't have time to talk about it. But on the day I was supposed to fill my WAEC form, I got the courage to ask my principal, can I change from science to art? I love reading. I love dancing. We used to go to literary and debating society clubs. We go for leads in different schools. So if I had gotten a counselor or a mentor, they would have directed me to art. But I ended up in science. But on the day I wanted to fill my WAEC form, I got the boldness to ask my principal, can I change to art? He asked, why? Why this late? Few months to WAEC, SS3. What have you been looking for all along? And then I told him, I've been struggling with chemistry and physics. I don't understand what simultaneous equation is actually. Why do I have to be looking for X and Y when I can add 2 and 3? I couldn't understand, and none of my teacher explained to me why I would need to find X and be looking for Y. So I changed literature with government and I removed physics and chemistry. So you can bet I only passed English with a 6. I remember in our days, credit in English and math was a luxury. That is the first thing you have to look for, most especially English. But at my first attempt, I got C6 in English and I got A3 in Yoruba. And the remainder, I can't even remember, maybe P7. And so I said, I'm only coming to UI or nowhere else. And I waited 3 years before I could even do JAM. I wanted to enter school, but I wasn't doing JAM because I couldn't afford to even buy the form. Now, resilience, fortitude. If you are looking for the definition, then here it is. Because I'm standing here today because of those 2 words. So I'm taking you back a little bit into my story, and then we'll go to the back, we'll come to the middle, and then if possible, I can take you a little bit into my future. Because don't forget I tell you, if you cannot see it, then it may be very difficult for you to have it. So, 3 years, 4 years later, I got into UI, and I came into UI with any course. Any course can go. You know, in my JAMB, I put CLA because I like my English teacher and I've passed English and I can talk. I always knew I could talk. So if you ask me to continue talking from now till tomorrow, I won't miss words. So I put CLA as first choice. Then second choice, I put economics. Why? I love my economics teacher. He was a blind man, but he was very nice to me. No mentor, no counseling. I picked a course from art and another one from social science. So I wasn't picked in any. But luckily for me, I remember if one of my friend's father, Mr. Kolade, is late now. He called me and said, Jumoke, you want to enter UI? I said, yes. He said, what course? I said, any course. So far it's UI. Why? I know that there was nobody to send me to school. I know that UI is not far to my house, and if worse comes to worse, I can walk from my house to school. Many of my friends were in SLK and Ire in that year, and when they are going to school, they will pack bag and baggages and give them a lot of money. I knew there was nobody to give me that kind of money. My mom would have loved to, but she couldn't. My dad was not even close. And so I picked UI. Why? It's close to my house. Agbaje Chokodo. I can walk down. And 4 years later, I came into special education. And before special education, I met a lady in my church that speaks French. And I'm like, wow, in Nigerian can speak French, I will pick French. And that was how I picked my course. And then I entered into education, and they asked me, what teaching subject do you want? And I said, French. And so for first degree, I did special education French. Now, don't forget where we started from. We started from the dream. I wanted to speak French. I know I could speak. And I came out, before I came out from UI, I got married. And so this same Ibadan, I got married in Ibadan. And then I gave birth to my first baby in Ibadan. I gave birth to twins in Ibadan. I gave birth to Idowu in Ibadan. And then I started my business in Ibadan. Now, don't forget that I don't even know where I'm coming from or where I'm going to. But fortitude and resilience, that is the spirit that you need to wake up every day. Even if you don't know where you are going to. One day, if you keep waking up, you keep showing up, you keep waking up, you keep showing up. One day, along the path of life, you will find that thing that you're looking for, and you will understand more where you are going to. But till then, you have to keep showing forth. You have to be resilient. I hope you are getting me. So, fast forward, did different jobs, executive director here, manager there, trying to find the path of life. Then one day, I was in my kitchen and I discovered the secret to life. Do you want to know what the secret of life is? I'm here to tell you. I discovered waste right in my kitchen. I wonder, and I ask myself this question: why do I have to throw the waste away? Why can't I do something else with this waste? Why must it be thrown away? And so, in asking that question, I started a quest. And that quest brought me to my first TED Talk. Can you see the journey now? I asked myself, why do we have to throw what can still be useful away? Why does it have to end up in the dustbin? Why can't us think of something to do with this? And so, don't forget, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to even do with the waste. But I did not just ask the question. I started taking action. And the first action I started with is that I started keeping the waste. So I remember in those days, my husband would ask me, what do you want to do with the waste? And I will answer, I don't know. And so why are you keeping it? I just know that I must not throw it away. And so I had a spare room, and that is where I put all my I gathered a lot of things. Shukwabado, it is there. Ekwagbado, it is there. Agolo milk is there. What else? Biscuit nylon, paper, carton. Then one day I was taking a box of juice, and then I was feeling some water of the juice still remaining in the box, and I took a scissors, opened the box, and lo and behold, the inside of that box is finer than the outside of the box. And that gave me courage and gave me hope that waste is actually not waste. We call waste because we don't know what to do with waste. If you know what to do with waste, you will not call waste waste. So, if the dream comes, then the mentors and the teachers and the guide and the way and the direction will come. If the mentors came before the dream, I would have lost the idea because I would not be interested. I would not want to pursue it. I would not even take the next step. So I got fed up with my job. I wanted something new. And then a friend said, what do you like to do? And I said, I love reading. Leave me in a room with books. Don't give me food. I will not even remember there's food. I will just be reading and reading. So he said, why don't you start a business around books. And that was how I became a bookseller. So I would go to Lagos, get books, put them in my car, drive around to my friends. And I was so good at it that in the markets in Lagos, as I'm picking the book, I'll be seeing the picture of the person that needs that book. And once I give that person, I call, I say, I have a book for you. They always say, bring it. So I was making money. Then one day I went to Lagos. I wanted to buy my regular books. And then I saw a book, $1 craft. And then I picked it. It was way beyond my budget. But I could not drop that book. And so I put all the resources that I took to Lagos, but that one book, and from Lagos to Ibadan, I could not drop that book. Came back to Ibadan, and I started opening, I started practicing. As I was looking at directions from the book, I was getting 20 other options of what I can do with that same idea. And that was how the journey into the world of art and craft, recycled art, started. I never knew it was a global problem. I never knew the world is suffering from waste pollution. I did not have all that information. But as the years go by, I started getting a clearer picture. Fast forward, I became a teacher, a visual arts teacher in an international school right here in Ibadan. They came to come and call me from the house, come and take the job. I taught there for 5 years, and then I left. Why? I wanted more. And from leaving, I was asking myself, what else do I do with my life? And guess what? For my 40th birthday, I realized I would love to do something different. A few years before that time, I had met with Paladio. He came to Ibadan to do 40th birthday, and he went to 40 motherless homes. And that inspired me to also do something when I'm planning my 40th. So when I was 39, I remembered, oh, you will be 40 next year. And I said, what can I do? And that was how the whole idea of PP40 came to pass. I thought that idea, I said, why? What do I have? I could point to the fact that I have waste upcycling skill. When I see waste, I see material, I see resources. I don't see waste. I see waste as wealth. The speakers that I've spoken today talked about if you have an idea and you cannot turn it into money, then you have a problem, isn't it? So I started battling with fantastic ideas, but nobody's buying. But resilience and fortitude kept me going. I kept on looking for what can we do better? How can we do it better? We are still looking for. And then for my 40th birthday, we went to 40 public primary school within the course of 13 months. And I was able to directly with my team members reach out to over 22,000 children, many of the children whom have never had a practical art experience in their lives. Primary school, secondary school, they've never worked with crayons. They are from the public school, they are no longer doing art, they only have CCA, and for the first time in their life, they touched paint, and they will take their hands home. They won't wash their hands. So every day, we kept on showing up. Many times we don't even have transport money to get to the next school. Many times we don't even have money to buy paint or materials that we need. But we set a target of 30 months. I started October 2017. My birthday was November 2018. So we had a timeline. And fortitude and resilience kept us going, that we cannot afford to give up. We set this date must come to pass, and we kept on going from the first school to the second school to the third school, and no help, no support until the 21st school, when we garnered international recognition and we started winning grants. We won Bonnyman Heart Foundation grant, we won GT Bank grant, and then it became easier. Waste is a mindset. And it's not talking about materials alone. It's actually talking about humans also. Many youth, many adults are wasting resources, wasting materials in your everyday household. How many kilograms of waste do you generate every day? How do you dispose of your waste? What are the things that how do you know? What do you know? And where do you think the waste that you are throwing away is? No. So I'm going to ask you, where is a way? If you cannot define where your away is, go back a little. To invent, you need a good imagination. And what? And a pile of junk. Because it is in thinking, putting it together, that it becomes something big that you may want to look at and it may affect life. Move to the next slide. How is waste affecting our environment? These are the questions that I've brought to you today. You wake up in the morning, you buy a bottle of drink, and you take that bottle of drink and you throw that bottle of drink away. Ask yourself, where is away? So I'm going to ask your neighbor, where is away? How is waste affecting our environment? Each of these plastic bottles that you throw away, for the next 450 years, they are lying down somewhere, tinkling at you, because they ain't going nowhere. They are stuck wherever you drop them at, except you and I do something about them. What is the impact of waste upcycling? What we do is upcycling. And what is upcycling? Upcycling is tinkling with your waste here and there without changing the formation of the waste and adding value to it and turn it into what? How many of you love my jewelries? You love it. Made of bottle covers. Yeah, they're short. Bottle covers. You like my earring? Made of, who can guess? Wine corks from your bottle of wine. So waste is a mindset. How do we go forward? What are non-biodegradable? These are the questions that we need to ask each other. Next slide. And what is circularity? Let me just talk about circularity. Right now, we are working and we are using linear economy. A linear economy is an economy where you make the waste, you use the waste, and you dispose of it. You make the product, you use it, and you dispose. So it is straight line. But where we want you to be and us to be is a circular economy, whereby you make the product, you use the product, and then you reuse the product, and then you keep using the product, and zero waste at the end of the day. I'm sure at the end of today, you would all want to join me towards the path of circularity. That's what we do. Move to the next slide. Some of our events, some of our impact. We have furniture from waste, jewelries from waste, home accessories from waste. Right now, we are about to launch our next major project, which is a waste museum, the first of its kind, I would say, in the world, where you can see a perfect ecosystem between plants, animals, and human. My dear brother here talked about his health and talked about lifestyle changes. Corona happened. Nobody's expecting Corona, but Corona happened and we were locked down at home. Businesses stopped, income wasn't coming in, and for my family and I, our garden, backyard garden, became a lifesaver for myself and my 4 children. I worked practically with schools, and the schools were locked down for several months. And that gave us an opportunity to rethink and ask ourselves, what can we do in this situation? And before you know it, we started sharing our knowledge about healthy living, food and health, and vegetables and herbs that you can grow in your homes. And you don't need a space, you don't need land, you don't need big you only need these same waste containers, from tires, from nylons, from cement bag. For 3 years now, I have been eating from the same ugu seedling inside a cement bag for 3 years. In the dry season, it will dry up. In the rainy season, it will sprout back again. In the same bag, I have been eating ginger for the past 2 years. You will take the portion you want, it will leave and it will regrow. And each of these superfood, the gingers, the turmerics, the ugu, if you grow them at your backyard, you have a chance to a lifetime pharmacy. Most of the ones you get outside are chemically grown, congested, and poisoned. And what is stopping us today from maximizing the space, the resources that we have to create circular economy? At the Waste Museum, we have animals that will feed us when we want to eat protein, and their waste will feed our plants in the garden as manure, and the humans will go right out there, enjoy the largesse of the animals and enjoy the largesse of the plants. Please tell me what kind of life is better than that one? It's a sweet life. You want to try it. So, today, I have said all this to tell you this. Some of our projects that we've done, we've worked with schools, we've seen children that have not had opportunity, now with opportunities, smiling, coming alive. Before the corona, we went to an handicapped school, and there was this girl on a wheelchair. I told her that she was going to paint. She couldn't answer me back. And the teacher said, Auntie Jumoke, don't worry, she can't paint. And I told them, she can. And then they said, okay, let's see you. And then I gave her a canvas and I gave her a brush. And she could not hold that brush. She was shaking her hands like this to hold the brush. But I persisted. I stayed with her. After some time, she held the brush, she shook her hand like this, and dipped her hands into the paint, and put it on her canvas. And then she looked at me. I was still standing there, and I was telling her, you can do it. Her name is Esther. Esther, you can do it. And then she was shaking like this. She was very focused on the wheelchair. The whole canvas was shaking. And the canvas was a wasted cardboard that somebody threw away. But I placed it right in front of Esther on that day. And she shook her hand like this with the paint. And the next time she looked up, I saw this joy, this laughter, this smile on her face, because she just saw one of her dreams come to reality. When she was done painting, she was happy, she was joyous, and you could see life coming on the face of Esther. I'm here to share this story with you today to tell you that what is that dream you think you cannot achieve? You are only limited because you cannot see it yet. Once you can see it, there is an hand on you that is directing your life. And that hand is the hand of the Creator that created you in the first instance. And we are all here for a purpose. If we can only listen and be directed by that hand, touching us, moving us, one day closer, one day far, fall down today and rise up tomorrow. But keep standing up in the face of that pain, of that mistake. Business in Nigeria, forget it. You need special grace of God. Recently, we launched an alternative to soda drink. Myself, people keep asking, why don't you just do an NGO? Because everything you do, you just give away. You're just doing free every time. Where do you make money? So we said, okay, let's come up with products. Like my brother, I think I have to come back again. So let's make more products so that we can have more money, so that we won't be having all these ups and downs. You will have money today. And then we launched our latest product, which is an healthy drink instead of soda, and it's been one problem or the other. The first day we launched, the freezer packed up, and then the second week there was no light at all. But for each and every problem that we have faced since the 1 month we've launched that new product, it has shown us new and better ways we could collaborate with others. There's no light. Our freezer is bad. Generator is not coming up. Okay, so let's link up with people that have freezer already, that have this outlet already, and then we supply them, and then we get our money. And from one level of challenges to the next level of ideas, it's been super duper. I'm here to show you a live picture of what resilience is all about. My name is Jumoke Olowookere. Thank you so very much.